Hey everybody, Scott Overholt here, SOS Kettlebell, coming back with another kettlebell routine for you. Today we're going to use double kettlebells, two of the same weights. We're going to do 10 exercises. First exercise, we're going to do an alternating forward lunge. So we're going to pick our bells up. You can either hold these in suitcase position, or if you want an extra challenge, we'll hold them in rack position. And we want to keep our elbows tight to our ribs when we're doing these, okay? So we get our bells set, we're gonna step forward. We want to tap this back knee. You wanna keep your shoulders nice and tall over your hips. Inhale into the lunge, exhale up and out. And we're gonna switch legs on each one, okay? Every exercise we're doing today is gonna last 30 seconds, except for the second exercise, which will last 20. After our lunges, we're gonna get to a good squat hold position. So you want your knees turned out, you want your stance nice and wide. We're gonna fold and keep our hips back. So we put all this tension on the quads and the glutes. We're going to pull the bells to the lower mid rib cage area, where we're going to exhale. Inhale when they're down or before you start your row. Exhale, pull those bells up to the rib cage. After our squat hold rows, we go to a racked press. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to last 1 minute. So what that means, our bells are cleaned and racked. We're going to hold rack position with one bell while the other bell presses all the way out to a full lockout. 30 seconds each side with that, okay? So 1 minute on your racked press. From there, we're gonna go to a double swing. So some people feel comfortable doing these outside. Some people feel more comfortable with them inside. I'll leave it up to you. We just wanna make sure we get a good hinge and a good full lockout through the glutes, the abs, the lats, and a good exhale when we do our swings. Go to exercise number 5, which will be on the ground. We're gonna do an upper body crunch. So get our feet flat. Low back's pushing the ground. Your arms are gonna just kind of run up your thighs to over top of your kneecaps, where we get a good exhale. Shoulder blades coming back and down. So we're just lifting up here, push the tailbone and the low back into the ground. Shoulder blades return back to the ground. After that, up to our feet. Exercise number 6 would be a rack squat. So kind of the same idea as our lunge as far as your arm position. You want to keep those elbows and ribs in contact throughout our whole squat. We inhale in, we exhale up and out. After our rack squats, we go to Renegade Rows. So we'll have the bells nice and close. You're gonna push all your body weight into one of the bell handles while you're rowing the other. This is anti-rotation. So you wanna fight and resist that urge to twist and lift your hips. If you don't feel comfortable balancing on the bells, we just put a palm on the ground and do them the same way. After Renegade Rows, we're gonna line our back. We're gonna press our kettlebells out. Chest press position. And we're gonna do some leg scissors from here. So make sure we're breathing well. Make sure we get some good flexibility in those hamstrings. And from there, we're gonna go up to our feet. This is gonna be a challenging one as well, but it's a gorilla clean. Much like our seesaw press that we do, the timing is what we wanna pay attention to. So I've got one bell down, one bell up. To clean this bell, I'm going to use my calf all the way up to my trap. I'm also going to knee bump, and I'm going to let the other one kind of just drop. Okay, so I'm using everything on that side of my body and just having them meet in the middle. One's going up, the other one's coming down. After gorilla cleans, we're going to get the bells together, use them as support for our upper body, and we're going to do sprinter lunges here. So focus on lengthening out that back hip flexor, building stability in that front leg. Good breathing and good core work. Okay, so that's gonna be our 10 exercise circuit. We'll hit that 3 to 5 times. Before we do that, let's get our good mobility warm up going, and then we'll do our workout rounds. All right, we wanna begin our mobility with good breathing and good posture. So set your feet underneath your hips, stand nice and tall. And start by looking up and down as far as you can, each direction. Look over each shoulder, try and find a spot on the wall behind you. Jaw blade tilts, flexion and extension on each side. Forward glides, and head circles. Switch direction with your head circle. And onto shoulder rolls, both same time, same direction. We don't want our elbows to bend or flex here. This is all in the upper center back. And switch directions, so you should feel those muscles in your upper center back. And switch direction, but add some alternation in. Keep alternating and switch direction. Extension and flexion. So we're just going back and forth, creating more range of motion in that thoracic cage. Lateral glides. And onto arm swings. Don't let your elbows bend. Alternating crosses. And both palms are up on the ceiling. Get a nice palm stretch, hand, wrist, forearm, and shoulder screws. And spinal twists. Lateral bends. Pelvic swings forward and reverse. So we're reaching back with those hips, and then we're putting tension into those leg muscles and abdominals, lats, pretty much anything we can tense up on the way forward. It's just a good habit to create to warm up for exercise. Hip hiking. So shifting the level of the pelvis, dropping that one side to really load up and stretch low back muscles, stretch out the hip and the glute of the other side. So there's dual side stretches going on with this, or mobilization or movement of those, all those muscles and ligaments that are around the hips and the low back. Take your pelvis around your heels. So another one, we want to feel all these ligaments, all these muscles, all this connective tissue in there. Switch directions. And forward hinging, backward bending, keep those shoulders extended. Reach back with the hips in our hinge. And then we plant our legs nice and tight for your back bends. Full squat holds. Pry those hips open. Make sure your heels can get flat to the ground on these, and you can breathe and stay somewhat comfortable here. And our Cossacks. Toes up, heel is down on both sides. Toes can be up on your straight leg with these. And hip flexor stretch. We can add some rotation both directions here because it feels pretty good on the low back. Engage the glute, push the hip forward, and you can feel it higher in that hip flexor. Straighten out your front leg for your hamstring. Lengthen out that back hip flexor. I'm getting close to those splits. And other side with it, hip flexor. Hamstring front leg. And stretch those quads out. And make sure we get a good knee extension. I'm gonna add a second one today because I feel pretty good at these. And I'm doing them frequently enough that I'm getting stronger at them. All right, let's do our workout round. Exercise number 1, alternating forward lunge. The bells can be racked, the bells can be held in a suitcase position. Ready, set, and begin. One more last one. And time. Exercise number 2 is going to be a squat hold row. Bells are inside the legs. Make sure you get a good exhale as you pull. Put a lot of this on the abdominals and the posterior chain. 20 seconds ready. And begin. Time. Exercise number 3, one bell is racked while the other one presses for 30 seconds. And then we'll switch sides. 1 minute of working time here. Clean, rack your bells. 3, 2, 1. Begin. And switch sides. One more, last one. And time. That's going to take us to swings, either inside or outside your feet. 30 seconds. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Go. Time. All right, from there, exercise number 5, we go to floor crunches. We're going to focus on the upper abs. Ready, set, begin. And time. Exercise number 6 is going to take us to our feet for rack squats. 30 seconds. Ready, set, and begin. And time. Exercise number 7, Renegade Rows. Keep your feet nice and wide, think anti-rotation. Ready, set, begin. Time. For number 8, we're gonna be on our back, kettlebells pressed out, and we're gonna do some leg scissors from that position. All right, pressed scissors. Ready. In 3, 2, and begin. Time. All right, for number 9, we're gonna be up on our feet. Gorilla cleans, one's on the thigh, one's in its rack position, and we're gonna drop and switch in the middle. Ready, and begin. Time. All right, last one. We're gonna finish with a sprinter lunge. Good breathing, good flexibility, good stability. Ready, set, and begin. And time.